Hmm. Is CaitlinClark sending a message to Stephanie White, Amber Cox, Kelly Krauskopf, and the Indiana Fever? A message could be being delivered. Many people are speculating with this bold.
Welcome back to your destination for the latest basketball news, major updates, and the biggest stories surrounding women's basketball. Today, we're looking at a developing story involving CaitlinClark, the Indiana Fever, the New York Liberty, and the wider WNBA that has fans talking. There are major questions, growing speculation, and plenty of details to unpack. So stay with us until the end as we examine what is being reported and what could happen next. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments. This is the latest Clark update, so let's get into the story. According to the claims circulating online, the situation in Indiana has reached a serious breaking point, with reports suggesting CaitlinClark could be considering leaving the Fever. At the same time, reports are claiming that Chris DeMarco and the New York Liberty have entered the conversation with a massive multi-million-dollar proposal aimed at potentially bringing the generational star to New York. If true, this would represent one of the biggest developments the WNBA has seen in years. The commissioner and league officials would undoubtedly be watching the situation closely as questions continue surrounding Clark's relationship with the organization, coaching staff, and front office. For weeks, fans have debated whether Indiana has created the right environment for its biggest star to succeed, while others believe the criticism has been exaggerated by social media speculation. But if these latest reports are accurate, the situation could be far more serious than a standard trade rumor. Tonight, we're breaking down the reported New York Liberty interest, the questions surrounding Indiana's front office, the claims about Clark's future, and what a potential move could mean for the entire league. Whether this ultimately becomes a real possibility or simply another major rumor, one thing is certain. The conversation surrounding CaitlinClark and the Indiana Fever has reached another level.
Oh, SpaghettiOs. CaitlinClark introducing the Statue of Liberty edition, the New York Liberty edition. I already know you damn near besties with Sabrina. We think you cool with Lexi. No, you go way back with Sabrina. CaitlinClark could be sending a message to the Indiana Fever. Hey, I might not sign that epic. Y'all pushing everybody else for MVP. Stephanie White is having tantrums every time I shoot the ball. She's falling over herself on the sidelines. I don't have to deal with this. I can go elsewhere. And I think CaitlinClark should seriously consider going elsewhere.
To understand why CaitlinClark could potentially consider a move to the New York Liberty, you have to look at the growing frustration surrounding her situation in Indiana. For months, fans have questioned how the coaching staff has handled physical play against Clark, particularly when opponents appeared to make aggressive challenges. Critics argue that the Fever failed to provide enough support or publicly defend their franchise star. But the concerns reportedly go beyond what happens during games. Questions have also emerged about how Clark's minutes and availability have been managed, with some fans believing medical decisions were used too aggressively. If those frustrations have genuinely reached a breaking point, the relationship between Clark and the organization could become difficult to repair. Now, speculation is growing that Clark's camp may be ready to explore other possibilities, with New York increasingly mentioned as a potential destination.
Has to do better, and we have to invest in those areas. The technology can get better. We can treat the referees a little bit better, pay them like they're full-time employees. I think things like that. And I think a lot has obviously come after that. And as I've stood up here and said before, like the harassment, the hate, none of that is okay. That goes for the opposing team we play. That goes for my teammates. That goes for my coaches. There should never be a question of character. Like I've always stood up here and said that, and that's truly what I believe. That's how I was raised. So, none of that is okay. And I don't want anybody to ever experience that. I think it can be really frustrating to me at times. And I think it's difficult. I think a lot of people sometimes think I'm a robot. I'm not a robot. I have emotions, I have feelings, and it can be really difficult to go through a lot of that. And, I'm 24 years old trying to navigate a lot. And I think at times I've been in this world for 4 years now, and you would never change any of it. But there are times that it is hard, and there are times that, it probably affects me a little bit more than I do put on. And, I would never change any of that for the world. But I think it's important that people do remember that part of it too. So.
You cannot expect a generational talent to remain loyal to a franchise if she feels she is being treated like a liability. Instead of building around CaitlinClark, critics argue that Indiana has created uncertainty surrounding her future, and that situation could give the New York Liberty an opportunity. According to the speculation, New York could be preparing an aggressive offer designed to completely reshape the WNBA landscape. If Chris DeMarco and the Liberty genuinely believe Clark could become available, the potential business opportunity would be enormous. New York could offer a larger market, additional resources, and a different basketball environment, while Indiana would face the challenge of potentially losing its biggest star. The situation becomes even more interesting because other players and personalities could eventually become part of the conversation as teams evaluate where the league is heading. For the Liberty, this would not simply be about acquiring another superstar. It would be about positioning themselves at the center of the WNBA's next era. Meanwhile, Indiana would have to answer serious questions about how it handled the situation and whether its decisions contributed to Clark's potential departure.
Get to this. Shout out to ESP Ben, because he broke down the fact that Caitlin is still being targeted and she's still not getting any calls from the referees, like at all. It's really, really bad what's going on. And it's almost like Kathy's not, she's dropped the ball. We know she's dropped the ball. She's getting nothing done when it comes to this. Take a look at this here. Let me refresh this so we can get it going. Okay.
To her throat for the third straight game. She was out of rhythm because they hit her and fouled her this entire game. I got proof of everything. Watch this dirty crap. CaitlinClark was getting hit, held. Shoot, she was getting tackled like a football player.
Yo, that's crazy, right?
The WNBA commissioner is reportedly alarmed by the growing controversy and the questions surrounding Indiana's handling of CaitlinClark. If a franchise star were genuinely considering leaving because of internal disagreements, coaching decisions, or management problems, it would create a major headache for league headquarters. Reports suggest the Indiana Fever front office could face increasing pressure to explain how the situation developed and why tensions have apparently escalated. Meanwhile, the organization is caught between multiple challenges: concerns about Clark's future, an increasingly vocal fan base demanding accountability, and growing attention from around the league. If the coaching relationship has truly deteriorated, Indiana could eventually be forced to make difficult decisions about its leadership. The biggest question now is whether the Fever can repair the situation before speculation about Clark's future becomes a much bigger problem for the franchise.
But the New York Liberty could be in CaitlinClark's future as she is promoting the New York Liberty Statue of Liberty ones, CC ones.
The consequences could be enormous, and time may be running out. If Indiana cannot repair its relationship with CaitlinClark, speculation about a massive New York Liberty offer will only intensify. Now, the Fever face a crucial decision: make major changes quickly, or risk losing their generational superstar altogether.
No, the Indiana Fever, they're not honest about any injuries ever. So, we can't necessarily look for transparency through them at all. It's just, it'd be a complete waste of time to look for transparency through the Indiana Fever's organization when it comes down to the injury of Aaliyah Boston. So,
is it already too late to stop the New York Liberty from becoming the dominant force in the league? As this dramatic situation continues to unfold, one thing is becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Professional basketball is entering an exciting new era filled with uncertainty, major possibilities, and non-stop discussion. Every day seems to bring another headline, another report, another rumor, or another debate that captures the attention of basketball fans everywhere. Whether you are a longtime Indiana Fever supporter, a dedicated New York Liberty fan, a CaitlinClark follower, or simply someone who loves the game, there is no question that interest surrounding the future of the league has reached another level. What makes this situation so fascinating is that everyone seems to have a different idea about what should happen next. Some fans believe patience, stability, and consistency are the foundation of building a championship team. Others believe that bold decisions, major changes, and aggressive moves are sometimes necessary to create a winning organization. No matter where you stand, there is one point that is difficult to dispute. The WNBA continues to grow, and the attention surrounding its biggest teams and stars is becoming more powerful every season. The passion surrounding these stories goes far beyond the basketball court. Social media platforms, sports programs, podcasts, fan communities, and online discussions are filled with opinions about what could happen next. Every major development creates another wave of debate. Fans analyze every decision, question every move, and try to predict which teams could control the league in the future. That level of attention demonstrates just how invested people have become in the players, franchises, and storylines shaping women's basketball. And that is exactly why these conversations matter. Sports have never been only about wins and losses. They are about competition, ambition, teamwork, leadership, resilience, and the pursuit of greatness. Fans develop emotional connections with athletes and teams because they recognize the determination and sacrifice required to succeed. Every comeback, every difficult loss, every breakthrough performance, and every major decision becomes part of a larger story. At the same time, it is important to separate confirmed information from rumors and speculation. In today's sports environment, reports can spread incredibly quickly, sometimes before all the facts are known. Until an official announcement is made, there will naturally be questions, competing interpretations, and different opinions about what is actually happening. That uncertainty is also part of what makes sports so entertaining. Fans enjoy discussing possibilities, predicting outcomes, and debating what their favorite teams should do next. So now we want to hear from you. What do you believe matters most when building a successful basketball franchise today? Is organizational culture the foundation of everything? Is elite coaching the most important ingredient for long-term success? Or do superstar players ultimately have the biggest influence on where a franchise is heading? There are plenty of possible answers, and that is what makes the conversation so interesting. Share your opinion in the comments and tell us exactly where you stand. We read the comments, and some of the most interesting discussions on this channel come directly from viewers who bring different perspectives and ideas to the conversation. If you enjoyed this video and appreciate the basketball discussions, analysis, and updates we provide, make sure to support the channel by hitting the like button. It may seem like a small action, but it helps our content reach more basketball fans. And if you are new here, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another upload. We are constantly following the biggest basketball stories, the hottest debates, the most important developments, and the storylines that could shape the future of the sport. We want you to be part of this growing community, and don't forget to share this video with your friends, family, and fellow basketball fans. Sports become even more exciting when people come together to exchange ideas, celebrate great moments, debate controversial decisions, and discuss the future of their favorite players and teams. Your participation helps create a community connected by a shared love for basketball. Looking ahead, one thing is certain: the future of the sport is filled with possibilities. New stars will emerge, new rivalries will develop, new teams will rise, and unexpected storylines will capture the attention of fans around the world. The journey is nowhere near finished, and some of the most exciting chapters may still be waiting to unfold. That is why staying informed, staying involved, and continuing the conversation matters. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Your support, comments, likes, and enthusiasm mean everything to this channel. Keep sharing your opinions, keep supporting women's basketball, and keep enjoying this incredible sport. More major updates and exciting discussions are coming soon. Stay tuned, stay connected, and remember, the next huge basketball story could be just around the corner. We'll see you in the next video.